If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Leave us alone, Debbie. Debbie. You're not being very nice, Debbie. Tropical storm Debbie is drenching the East Coast at the moment. I know we're supposed to get just dumped on in the next 48 hours.
So what has happened is it's moved back out over the Atlantic. So it's just sitting there, strengthening, expected to make landfall tomorrow, sometime between Charleston and Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
And then it's going to bounce up the Atlantic coast. They're already bracing in Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. It's expected to just work its way slowly up the coast over the course of the next week and dump a ton of rain all over everything because it's not moving very fast.
Chill out, Debbie.
Yeah, I'm going to be on a trip this weekend.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be flooding the mountains?
No, I think you'll probably be fine in the mountains.
You're
I
good in
think
the mountains.
Good.
kind of our area is where it peters out.
Because
it's a weird phrase.
this deal I'm going to is a Christian conference thing all weekend, and it's in Asheville, North Carolina. And Lord knows I do not want to get stuck in Asheville, North Carolina.
Man, what a scene. A Christian conference in Asheville.
Yeah.
Never
I was
would
talking about it on the Facebook Live thing last night that I'm worried that it's going to be like a cult and they don't let us leave. You know, that's how they get you in
Right.
there.
You're stuck here.
You'll never leave Asheville.
They'll just hand you farm tools and say, this is what you do now.
Yeah.
Give us your phone. Put on this T-shirt that matches everybody else's.
So if we don't hear from you Monday, we'll know what happened.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake's lawyer is saying that Justin Timberlake was not intoxicated when he got arrested for a DUI, although the police reports have now come out with a lot of interesting details. He refused doing a breathalyzer 3 times. We kind of knew that he had refused to take the breathalyzer.
He knows his rights.
But he had some interesting items on him. I mean, he had a very expensive watch on. Obviously, he's a celebrity, not surprising. But he did have his vape on him. And I think that's interesting for a guy in his 40s. He's like, he's got to have his vape. If he's out drinking, he's going to have vape. So I've just never seen him smoking or vaping. So I thought that was kind of interesting. He does have a court date coming up soon. So we will see how that all turns out. Remember, we've been talking about these astronauts that are stuck at the International Space Station. Oh, yeah. They were supposed to be up there for a week back in June. Now it's the beginning of August, and they're still up there. And NASA just announced yesterday that Elon Musk's SpaceX rocket that was being sent up to the International Space Station that was going to be used as a backup vehicle is now being delayed until the end of September. So they go up in June, think they're going to be up there for a week. Now it looks like their rescue vehicle won't even be arriving at the earliest until the end of September.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Do they have enough supply? I mean, are they running
no, they
low on
don't.
supplies?
They don't have any. They prepared for about 2 weeks, and their toothbrushes, toothpaste, toilet paper, all that stuff is gone now. But they do have reserves at the International Space Station. But you prepared for a week. It's now the earliest. Early September.
Yeah, what has happened
late September.
is that a space cult has gotten them.
Is that what another
That's what
cult?
I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I'm saying look out for me if I don't come back.
Space cult.
Don't believe them. This is a space cult that has abducted those people.
You know they had a vacation lined up. As soon as I get back from the space station,
Summer.
we'll take the kid to Myrtle Beach for the week.
I mean, this story is just ripping my mind apart.
Yeah,
I just
crazy.
can't believe it. But those are just a few things that are now trending.
Okay, there is a new trend. If you are an expectant mother, a lot of expectant mothers are going to love this. People who have already had children may scoff at it. We'll let you decide. Coming up next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Hey, you can get all of our podcasts, watching and listening, whatever your particular pleasure is, on Spotify, what's it called? Apple something or other, and
Apple Podcasts.
yeah, and YouTubes and all of that. So just go to any of those Ace and TJ social medias where you get podcasts and like and subscribe to them, please. A very wise man a long, long time ago who is considered the world's leading societal profiler started noticing a trend that he pointed out seemed to be that every major event in a woman's life now in America is an excuse to have some sort of a getaway or a party or a celebration of quote unquote me. Right? Mm-hmm. I can't recall that wise man's name.
Wonder what that was.
But you got your bachelorette trips where kind of that started, and then you got your bestie moons, then you got your baby moons, and then you got your whatever else they've come up with. But now there's something called a hatchlorette party, and that is when you are pregnant and you want to take one, they call it like it's the last fun trip you'll ever get to take, like your life is about to be over because you're having a baby. So it's one big trip, blow it out before you have a baby with all of your other women friends.
So you're already pregnant when you
Yeah.
have the hatchlorette?
Yeah, so they don't
Well,
drink and all of that
yeah.
stuff, but it's it's a destination party. It's almost like a bachelorette party type thing, but somewhere like Jamaica
Right.
or the Bahamas or something like that.
So do you get a baby moon
Yes,
and then a
Yeah.
hatchlorette?
because the baby moon is for you and your significant other to go. Like y'all did, Ace. You went away for the weekend. It was a minor baby moon.
Yeah.
And then you have that getaway, more relaxing and all. But this is something different with your friends, so you can have a girls' trip before you have a baby.
Okay. God,
Now, I'm not, knocking it or anything. I'm just saying that's what's going on, and proving right that wise man from years and years ago, who said that every major event in a woman's life now has to be an excuse to celebrate and take some sort of a trip or have a party in her honor.
Is there a hatchler party?
No, I doubt it. If there would be a hatchler party, then that could tell normal men who to cull from their friends list, I think. Like if you would have come to me, Ace, and said you were having a hatchler party this weekend before your baby was born, I'd say, who are you?
Yeah.
And obviously we've grown apart.
What did you think when he said he was going on the baby moon? Did you have the same reaction?
Well, we all found that out at the same time.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
I thought the baby
and we
moon was
laughed.
silly. What are you talking about? I think
You did?
baby moon makes no sense to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and don't forget the push present. You got that too.
And
the
that
push
another
present.
thing I didn't believe
Yeah.
in, but I did anyway. Yeah.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I was thinking that Tech D Rob yesterday went to the dentist, but he didn't. He had an appointment to get his oil changed. Because I was going to bring him into this. Okay, so Rob, you went to the dentist yesterday, but then I remembered, no, he didn't.
It's kind of the same
Yeah.
thing, isn't it?
Anything you need an appointment for. You remember, Ace, when going to the doctor was the only thing that required an appointment when we were growing up? People didn't just willy-nilly make appointments all over the place. You had to make an appointment to go to the doctor, and anybody else who would say, "Do you have an appointment?" was on TV,
Right.
on a soap opera or something.
You never made an appointment to get your oil changed?
No. You gonna make an appointment to go down there to Denny Ray's auto shop? I don't think so. But anyway, none of us in here is scared to go to the dentist, right? We're not scared to go. To
I don't love it, but no, I'm not
I'm not
scared.
scared. No.
The only person I've ever known that loves going to the dentist is a lady named Angie that used to work with us. And she didn't like going to the dentist to have repair work done. She just loved going and having her teeth cleaned. She said that's one of the best 2 days of the year for me is having my teeth clean.
2 days.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it twice a year.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's
No,
like
not a 2 day
process.
job. No. But anyway,
Come back tomorrow, we'll do the bottom.
there is a thing that has happened, and they're calling it a breakthrough. Robots performing dentistry on people.
No, sir. Nope.
They said that robot dentists are about to become a thing after an AI company called Perceptive pulled off the first fully automated dental procedure. A robotic arm controlled by AI shaved down a guy's tooth for a crown. It's not like they just cleaned his teeth. They shaved down his tooth. And then it says that it worked with 3D mapping, which I'm an expert on. I don't have time to get into it right now. But if you need me to explain how that works, catch me sometime and I'd be glad to sit you down and explain it. That and Bitcoin, crypto. I'm all up on those.
Expert.
So it clamps onto your jaw, and then a drill moves in circles to grind your tooth down. They have a video of it online if you want to see that. They claim it offers enhanced precision and efficiency and an improved patient experience, but they still have to get FDA approval and all of that stuff. Now, I see where this could have a place in society, but not to replace, a good human dentist.
I don't want that. I want human contact. I like talking to people when I'm there. I like a dentist who can explain to me what's happening, and I do not want something that could go haywire working in my mouth.
Yeah, because people are already. I mean, even if you're not afraid of the dentist, you're kind of on edge a little bit. If you got to have if you got to have a tooth shaved down and a crown put on, you're not going in there with an umbrella drink thinking you're about to relax by the pool.
I would have no problem with it. Oh, I'm sorry.
You wouldn't?
No.
You wouldn't have a problem with it?
Not at all.
I find
dentists rather, whatever. I would have no problem with it.
And
the cleaning.
I'm talking about the repair work,
seems
the
like
drilling and stuff.
They went from 0 to 10. It's like, why not start with floss? Can it floss for you?
Yeah.
That seems like a little aggressive. But no, I don't think I'd have a problem with it at all.
And what about the guy that laid down and had it done?
Yeah, that's crazy.
They had to pay him a lot of lab money, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I
You
volunteer.
got to get paid
Research
to go do
money.
that. Sure.
Or maybe he's got jacked up teeth, and they were like, "We'll do it for free."
Yeah, that's what I think people would need this for. That's what we should use it for. Free dentistry.
Sure.
It's actually not a bad idea. Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Ooh, the Gen Z influencers are all over the social medias showing this new weight loss technique. Where everybody was looking for alternatives to Ozempic and Kilimanjaro or whatever that other one's called. And then, they had that oat Zempic where they say you could do this with oats and it can give you the same effect and all that. Well, now they're drinking what they call tadpole water. And what it is you take a bunch of chia seeds and you soak them and then you put them into not cold, but room temperature water, like a comfortable room temperature,
right?
Because the freezer is technically a room, and whatever the temperature is in there is room temperature. And then just a squeeze of fresh lemon juice, and you drink it, and the chia seeds act as some sort of it's got all what they say, the antioxidants and omegas and proteins and all of that stuff. But it also helps make you feel full so you don't eat as much. But they say it tastes terrible.
So do the chia seeds act like a diuretic or something?
No, they swell
swell
in your stomach, I think, and make you feel full. But they call it tadpole water because the chia seeds look like tadpoles swimming around in the water. Now,
That's gross.
This is how bad it is. When I saw the headline for the story, I thought, okay, well, it wouldn't be outlandish to think that people on the internet are actually drinking water they got from a ditch or something with tadpoles in it.
That's true.
And claiming that it helps you lose weight. That's how far we've come, or how far we've fallen in society. That could be a reality.
If that had been the story in the article, you would not have been surprised. Like,
No.
Okay, that's what they're doing now.
But I could do this chia seed water all day. It wouldn't bother me at all. So I may try it. But I just don't know if I've ever been into a store that has chia seeds.
No, you definitely haven't.
I haven't. Are they the same ones that you put on the chia pet that grows?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same thing.
Would chia seeds be at like a health food store?
Yeah, or like
a
Whole
vitamin
Foods,
store?
Whole Food. Yeah. Whole Foods.
So you might have been in one of your buying vitamins sometime.
I don't know. Maybe not.
You ate at the hot
Because I get that. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
at Walmart or something.
Yeah, that's right. You ate at the Whole Foods hot bar that time.
Oh,
Yeah, but they wouldn't let me go past that.
They wouldn't.
No, the Whole Foods people were like,
You stay over there by the short ribs
Yeah.
and macaroni and cheese.
and that's when I realized that just because something is organic or whatever they call it doesn't mean that it's not fattening.
Right.
I mean, I was eating my favorite thing on that Whole Foods hot bar was the organic barbecue short ribs.
Right, I knew it was some ribs.
I was tearing that up, and the organic chicken and dumplings that they would have on Thursdays or whatever day it
You
was.
didn't have any fat in it.
Hey, fatso, stay over
This is
there.
health food. The whole thing is about eating healthy.
Yeah, not the same thing. Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So the death of an icon. Legendary Hollywood talent agent Jay Cantor died at 97. Now, you might not, you go, who is Jay Cantor? Well, he was a Hollywood agent for some of the biggest names of his time. Just to give you a smattering, he represented Marlon Brando, Marilyn Monroe, Ronald Reagan, Grace Kelly, Gene Kelly, Warren Beatty. I mean, the list goes, I mean, truly a legend, an icon, 97 years old.
What's his name?
Jay Cantor,
Jay Cantor.
film producer and legendary Hollywood
I've heard that name.
agent.
He used to rep us.
Did he?
Yeah, back
What
when we
happened?
first started in radio.
Yeah. Starting
But
today,
the guy we're talking about named Jay Cantor was an African-American gentleman.
Oh, really?
And he was about 17.
oh, well,
And I don't think he was a real agent.
just some kid. Starting today, you can head over to poptarts.com and order a Pop-Tart that is 73 times the size of a normal Pop-Tart. They're calling it the ultimate party treat, and they said this is what real fun-sized treats look like.
73 times a regular Pop-Tart.
So they expect them to sell out rather quickly, but you can head over to shop.poptarts.com and see if you can get your hands on them. You probably won't be able to, though. I can't even figure out what 73 times the size of a normal Pop-Tart would look like, but it's big.
Is it a certain flavor, or can you order whatever flavor you
I
want?
think they've got a couple of flavors available, but they're the classics. It's the chocolate and chocolate,
Yeah.
the strawberry and vanilla iced,
Those are
and
good.
then the blueberry one, I believe.
I like all of those.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the brown sugar one's the best, though.
Yeah. Sounds like diabetes
That's
to
the
me.
classic.
Absolutely.
It sounds like diabetes.
I mean, 73 Pop-Tarts, that's not going to be
Yeah.
good for you.
it is already sold out.
Is it really? It just started today.
Yep.
Did you get the last one, Rob?
I wish.
You put that on the eBay, wouldn't you?
And then Tropical Storm Debbie is the top trending topic right now. Expected to make landfall in South Carolina later today, just drenching entire swaths of the East Coast as it moves north. Not as dangerous as a hurricane, but still dumping a lot of water.
Again,
and I know we're
it's
going to
just
get
not
soaked.
moving. It's just doesn't move very quickly, so it just sits in one place and just continues to rain heavily on places.
Yeah. So I might not be able to make it into work tomorrow if it's raining really hard. Just a heads up. But those are just a few things that are now trending.
We heard earlier this week about this French pole vaulter and the offer that he's been made. Don't know whether or not he's going to accept it or not. What would you do? We talked about that yesterday, but maybe you're doing something else. It's not OnlyFans, but I blank. Oh, wait till you hear some of these answers. Coming up next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Today is the most dangerous day of the year to drive. Sounds weird, but a dash cam company called Nextbase crunched the numbers and found that August 7th is the deadliest day on American roadways. They really don't explain why. You know, it's a random Wednesday, in August, the 7th. Nothing major is happening today, but it's based on data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And kind of interesting note, they did a poll that found that 62% of drivers feel like the roads are more dangerous now than they were just 5 years ago. I would agree with that. I think people are more uptight now. People are a little more stressed while they're driving than they were, 5 years ago, pre-COVID, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of news was made at the Olympics today, or the Olympics this week, with this French pole vaulter who brushed the bar, while fighting the Battle of the Bulge. And he got an offer from an adult company to do a 60-minute live session, and they would pay him $250,000. Now, I haven't seen whether he's accepted or declined or not even paying attention to it. We talked about that yesterday. So, times are tough. We were sitting here talking about it yesterday. People are trying to find new ways, side hustles, new ways to make a little cash. The common joke is you sell your feet pics or whatever, but a lot of people do that and make some money doing it. If it's $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, that goes a long way. What are you doing? How would you complete the sentence? It's not OnlyFans, but I blank. And it doesn't have to be dirty or something like that. It's just interesting to see something different, unusual, kind of weird that you do. And again, I've mentioned this just the other day. I always think that woman that called us years ago and told us that she got paid to wear different types of open-toed shoes or sandals and press the accelerator in cars and take videos of it. Men would pay her for that. They would send her shoes to wear. So weird, so weird.
Try these on.
She said nobody even knows what my face looks like. They just see my foot on the accelerator.
Did you get those jellies I sent you?
Yeah.
You mean like if somebody, it doesn't have to be any type of perversion or anything.
No.
It could be if somebody flipped baby toys on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
where they bought baby toys, and then cleaned them up and then sold them on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, just
for
something weird,
property.
different, unusual
profit.
that you're doing as a way to make money. Again, it's OnlyFans is the go-to joke. That's how it started. Though I'm going to start an OnlyFans.
You were joking.
That's my go-to.
That was your thing.
Yeah. I definitely would if I thought I could make some money doing it.
Yeah.
So,
What if you show animal carcasses and call it Bonely Fans because you're just showing bones
a great
all
idea.
over the place? People like seeing that.
so it's not OnlyFans, but I blank. We've got one that's already pretty fascinating answer. That makes a lot of money doing this. Coming up next. Hang on.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
For a lot of people, the side hustle is just how you survive these days because times are tough. It's not OnlyFans, but I blank. A lady DM'd us and said, I'm a lowly adjunct college instructor. It's not OnlyFans, but I gamble almost every day. I know it's not scandalous, but I win a jackpot every time I play, and I don't play with my money. The casino gives me free play almost daily, and if I don't win with their money, I go home. I almost always win with their money. My biggest win was over $17,000 one day. Even if I win $200 that day, I walk away. By the end of the week, I could have made over $1,000. I deposit that and start all over again the next week. And she's got pictures of the different games that she plays, the slot machines that she plays. She said, I play the same machines so I know the rest number, which is the amount it resets to once you win. Meaning she knows how many times you have to play. Like you've got to do it 730 times before it resets to win again.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've always heard that's the key to winning playing slot machines is you have to pick a machine and you just sit there and play because at some point it resets itself and it triggers a win.
Really?
Yeah. It's about the amount of times that you sit there and play. Anyway.
Yeah, so the people that you see that are always on the slot machines, when they sat down there to play the machine, they weren't old.
Right.
Now they're all old.
Just been.
They've been there that long.
She said when it gets between certain numbers, it's more likely to hit, and it almost always does. So I messaged her because I want to. How does the casino give you money?
Yeah, you'd think at some point if she was only using their money, they'd be like, we don't need to give her any more
Don't
money.
give her any more money.
We're losing money.
So anyway, but she hasn't said yet that she hasn't responded yet. So.
And she goes to the casino every day.
But she went $17,000 one day. But like she said, if she goes 5 days a week, she makes $200 every time she goes. But how many hours does she have to be there?
God, it's all day.
But it's a grand a week. That's another $52,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's huge. Wow. And then one that came in that was more along the lines of what we expected. DM on Twitter said, I have a neighbor who's in his late 60s and he has a pool. His wife died a few years ago, so he pays me $100 cash every week to clean his pool in a bikini. I also get to use the pool anytime I would like.
Wait, what?
It's easy money because it's never really dirty. And he's never tried anything. But I know he likes seeing me in my bikini because he always tells me I look great, LOL.
Oh, brother.
Act like I'm not here.
Yeah. And I know she's doing a bad job because cleaning a pool is hard work. It's really hard. She's probably doing a terrible job.
He might be cleaning the pool, actually, just having her come over so she doesn't have to work that hard.
Yeah.
Because she said it's never really dirty.
It's kind of like those church fundraiser car washes on the corners on Saturdays. You know, they're not really doing a great job of detailing your car,
right.
But you're helping out the youth group.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. He's helping her out. She's not really scrubbing the pool down.
She's
like
not getting the frogs out of the skimmer basket. I got a feeling.
And doing the chemical test on the water.
No way.
She's
No
just
way.
maybe using that net to scoop things out a little bit.
When there's a family of bunnies in there, she's not dealing with it.
There is a smell, a scent that we all love. But is it the sexy scent you want to be putting out to everyone all the time? Next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
We've all done it. You're walking through the mall. And you walk by, and that smell just like caresses your senses. That Auntie Anne's smells so good. Those pretzels, they smell so good. It smells warm and inviting and delicious.
Cinnabon.
Yeah. But is that the smell you want on you all the time? Auntie Anne's is launching its very own signature fragrance. It's called Need, with a K, like a reference to dough. They've got their own little, I don't know. To me, it sounds like they're trying to be kind of sexy with it. Commercial here.
It's surprisingly captivating, mysteriously alluring. The enchanting aroma of hot and handmade pretzels dripping with butter. It tantalizes every sense, and then some. Need by Auntie Anne's. Surrender to the smell.
Surrender to the smell.
I mean, come on, we're talking about a huge corporation here, and they couldn't hire a better voiceover actor than that. Come on.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're trying to go for that. 'Cause all perfumes and all that have to be weird, the commercials do.
Yeah.
And that's what they're
And
going for.
I get it. They're
here.
kind of making fun of it, but still, it's funny. So it launches next week. $25, $45.
Little pricey.
$25 for the smaller one, $45 for the larger one. I think it's like 3 ounces.
And it's like a cologne you spray on yourself?
Yeah.
Not like a home spray or something?
No, it's an actual.
It's a poopery.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fragrance you would wear.
No, I'm not into that.
And in the commercial, in their TikTok commercial, it has a picture. They zoom in on the pretzel bites and the pretzels and all, as the butter is being selectively poured over it.
See, I can never wear that because I can't even refer to the company by its proper name. I call it Aunt Anne's because Auntie Anne's is way, way too non-Southern sounding. Southern kids never call their aunts Auntie Anne's. They may call them Annie.
Annie.
Yeah, Annie, but not Auntie.
They're both bad.
But I wouldn't mind smelling like bread.
Oh,
butter bread.
I mean, would you want to be out with somebody and they smell like
yeah, man.
hot pretzels all the time? I mean, it's
Better
not a
than
bad
smelling
smell,
like
but it's still
sardines.
weird.
It's very weird. And who gets the big size of it? They're like, that little one's not going to cut it. Give me the big one.
I didn't think about that. Maybe they know up front. I'm gonna like this. People are gonna love this.
This is really
Jumbo.
sexy.
Yeah.
So sexy.
He's gonna think I smell sexy when I wear the Annie perfume. Yeah. Riggins and Now Trending coming up next.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next. If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ show.
Kind of a crazy story out. Florida International University, it's a college in Miami, and Pitbull has just purchased the naming rights to the stadium
Yeah, I
at
saw that.
Florida International University. So he intends to name it after himself.
So it'll be Pitbull Stadium?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be Pitbull Stadium.
Pitbull Park.
Pitbull Park, is that what they said?
Oh, that's good.
No, I'm just trying to go for an alliteration.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you name it after yourself?
If you're Pitbull, yeah.
If you're Pitbull,
what else
yeah,
would he name it?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do, but it just seems a little self.
And FIU's a decent sized school. I mean, that's a decent size. That's like a 40, 50,000 seat stadium. It's a good sized stadium.
Pitbull Stadium. You wouldn't name it after like your loved one or your somebody who inspired you. You'd name it after
wouldn't-
yourself.
I wouldn't name it after me. I'd want to name it
wouldn't.
after somebody else. That's what I've always said. If I get super rich one day, like if I hit the lottery big, I would want to go to LSU and take my buddies and go, okay, everybody pick a building, and we're just going to rename these buildings after.
Yeah.
I'd want to put their names on it, not mine.
Yeah. Who would get the library, do you think?
I don't know. Probably nobody. We
Tough
wouldn't touch
choice.
that. We wouldn't touch that. It's the Middleton Library. We wouldn't touch that one. We'd let that one stay.
That's fair. So one member of the boy band, or I call him boy band, the K-pop band BTS has apologized. He got drunk and rode an electric scooter home from the bar and got fined. Apparently you have to have a driver's license to ride an electric scooter in South Korea. And apparently when he was parking the electric scooter, he fell over in front of a police officer. So his record label has put out a public apology saying he regrets it. He's posted his own apology saying this will never happen again. I bow down to you and ask you for forgiveness. I mean, it was apparently a serious incident.
They don't live like derelicts the way our pop stars do.
No. Now, I know they have a big drinking culture over there, but yeah, I guess you got to have a license and you can't act like a fool out in public. So he posted a lengthy apology.
Yeah.
But I've never tried to drive one of those electric scooters drunk, but I would imagine it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. Those things move.
They
pretty fast.
move at a nice clip. And then tropical storm Debbie, still trending today, expected to make landfall somewhere, as Ace said, between South Carolina and Myrtle Beach, but just dumping rain along the East Coast. And I know we're supposed to get it here tomorrow. So stay safe out there if you can. I have been avoiding doing something in my house for about a month now, and I'm going to tell you about it coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ show. Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
If you missed the Ace and TJ experience last night, or the TJ Fanaticos experience last night on our Facebook page, go check that out. TJ hosted. Was that fun for you, TJ?
Yeah.
nice.
It was almost therapeutic. I bled all over the audience.
Oh, that's good.
My pain.
I bleed for you.
And people were asking about me, you said?
Yeah, anytime you ask a group of Ace and TJ family members if they got any questions about behind the scenes stuff or whatever, they automatically start going, is Riggins dating anybody? Will y'all fix Riggins up with somebody? Is Riggins in? They always want to know about your personal business.
Or private. Mm-hmm. So go check that out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Ace TJ Show. You know, sometimes I live in a house now, and this is the first house I've ever lived in as an adult by myself. And there's a lot of space to take care of. I got to cut the grass. I'm edging, I'm blowing leaves all day, and I like to take care of it, even though I don't own it. But there's just a lot of things. I got to clean the blinds. Like, there's so many blinds in the house, and how do you clean blinds effectively? I still don't know. There's just a lot of things to do, and one of the things I've been putting off for about a month and a half is flipping the couch cushions. I can't tell you why, but every time I walk by, I got to flip those.
That takes like 10 seconds.
It takes maybe 10 seconds. There's only two couch
Why
cushions.
is that the hang up?
But they're heavy.
They're big, you know. It's not even like flipping a mattress, which can sometimes, if you have a big bed, can be a two-person job.
That's a hassle.
It's a big pain.
These are couch cushions.
These are just, you pick them up and you go, boop, and you put them back on there. But, to make the couch wear evenly, it's probably a good thing to do. You flip them every once in a while. But I've been putting it off for literally a month and a half, 2 months. What is simple, but you have a really, really hard time doing? For me, it's flipping the couch cushions, clearly.
I got a good one.
Oh, do you?
Taxes.
Tax easy to do.
It's not necessarily that simple, but I'm still haven't done my taxes for this year. I filed an extension. I'm just scared to death of it. I hate it.
Yeah, it is relatively.
I have a
easy,
whole
though.
mental hang up with it. It gives me such anxiety. I can't stand it.
That's crazy.
Mine's calling people.
It's easy.
If like call and make an appointment for this, or call and get this, or ask why they charge this, or any of that kind of stuff.
And what's your reason? It just seems like a daunting task.
Yeah.
It's
almost like I gotta, you gotta be ready for that. Like it's gonna take forever, but it's not. Like it's too easy to put off. I don't want to fool with that right now. I can do that in a little bit.
Yeah, I get it. So what is it for you? The thing that's simple but so hard to do. At the Ace TJ Show, we'll get your answers next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So I've been putting off flipping my couch cushions for like a month and a half, 2 months. It would take me 10 seconds, but I've been putting it off and putting it off. And one of the best quotes I heard recently on social media, she said, that thing you've been putting off and you're stressing about, it's going to take you 15 minutes. It's going to take you 15 minutes. Now, I love that advice, but my situation, it wouldn't even take me 15 minutes. It would take me 15 seconds.
That's true. So many of those things you put off, and I've learned. I tell myself that every time. Once you do it, you're like, that took like 10 minutes. It wasn't bad at all.
I don't know why I freaked out about it.
I don't know why I'm so freaked out about it.
So what's something that's simple but so hard to do? At the Ace TJ Show, if you've got a great one, Marie has one of the top answers, says be kind. Well, that is true. It is difficult to be kind.
It's actually cruel.
It's cruel to be kind. That's right.
Cruel to be kind.
There's a lot of these. Well, now Tawana said it's simple, but it seems so hard to do. Make homemade gravy. Well, see, to me that does seem a little more difficult. That doesn't seem so simple.
It's easy.
Is it easy?
That's why I don't understand why people use a gravy mix. It's basically the same thing. You could have done it already.
Yeah. Yeah, Ace. Don't use a gravy mix.
I'll work on that.
Apologizing, big one. That one was one of the more popular answers. I have no problem apologizing.
There's a lady named Tammy who has a good one. Unloading the dishwasher. It's not hard, but I will put that. I hate unloading the dishwasher. Loading, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Unloading, ugh, I hate it.
But you load as you go. When you unload, you got to do it all at one time.
Yeah, that's
The
just.
whole
You're
thing.
supposed to load as you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, even after a meal and you've taken the dishes, you put them on the sink and you let them soak or whatever, and you wash off the plates on it. It's even that takes longer usually sometimes than unloading the dishwasher.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that. There's something about the cleanup that when you leave it behind, it's all nice and clean. Unloading the dishwasher, it wasn't out anywhere to be bothering me.
Yeah,
it's just work that has to be done.
I've said before, of all the household chores, I would rather clean every toilet with my pillowcase than to unload the dishwasher. I hate it.
Have you seen that viral video of the husband? He's making a sandwich at the counter in front of the dishwasher, and his wife goes, "Hey, if those dishes are clean, can you put them away?" And he opens the dishwasher and squirts mustard in there. He goes, "No, they're dirty." Still dirty, I think. So we've got some more of these coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
All right, so one of the weirdest things I saw on the internet yesterday, we'll get to more of the things that are really simple but you find really hard to do, but I wanted to mention this. One of the hottest new food items on the internet is out of Nashville. Nashville hot chicken sliders, but instead of buns, they use homemade cinnamon rolls. Have we just really gone beyond like what's reasonable now? A cinnamon roll, with the frosting and everything.
That seems a little too much for me.
And then here's my thing. You're picking up a sandwich and you're getting your fingers sticky while you're eating the sandwich. I don't like that. And it's the same with how messy those, what are they called? Those Dutchman things are?
Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman where the onions are buns.
Yeah.
No, it's just, People are running out of content.
I think so.
It's like anything else. If it's supposed to be a sandwich, I don't want to have to use a knife and fork to eat it. People would say, "Oh,
Yeah.
just use a knife and fork." I don't want to. It's supposed to be a sandwich.
Yeah. It's not for me.
That's the beauty of a sandwich.
Yeah, right.
That's
exactly.
what makes it so wonderful. I don't need extra stuff. I don't need utensils. I can sit down, put it on a paper towel or a paper plate, eat with my hands, and everything is gone when I'm finished.
Yeah. I like the passion.
Yeah.
Nashville hot chicken is overrated too.
I've heard people say that. I've heard people say that. And we were talking about things that are simple, but are just really hard to do. I've been flipping my couch cushions for like 2 months. People hate unloading the dishwasher, as Ace mentioned. One of the more popular answers on Facebook at the Ace TJ Show, doing the laundry. Super simple process, but seems like it's really hard to do.
Somebody said specifically taking the laundry out of the dryer.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people just go every day and I'll wear this today. And then leave the rest of the clothes are still sitting in the dryer.
And a reminder that a lot of people still go to the laundromat and they've got kids. I mean, you have no idea, like, you got to put it in perspective.
Does this count? I always put off cleaning off my desktop.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like the little icons and stuff up there that I'm not using
I got a
anymore.
feeling your desktop is a mess.
No, it's not. Not right now. I cleaned it off. See,
on.
this is all I got right now. And these are
that's good.
just videos that I've done
Allow me.
That's
over
really
the past
good.
week or so.
I have the same
that's
problem,
organized.
TJ. Allow me to blow your mind. You wouldn't think this would be my desktop.
This is going to give me
It's
anxiety.
gonna
I
give
could
you
just.
total anxiety. That's-
Oh, my
God. Oh no.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's no. They're not even on.
Wait, hang on.
That looks like like you'd find those.
Yeah, there's nothing bad on it. You can see all those.
Yeah.
photo collage things on a serial killer's wall in the basement.
Can you see that on the? I don't even see that on the screen. If you're watching on
move
YouTube,
it over
you
a
can see
little
it.
bit.
Yeah.
What a perfect encapsulation of your life, though. A perfect representation of like what's really going on in your head.
Yeah. It's scattered, and I keep looking at it going, I gotta clean it. I gotta get this thing straightened up, but I just can't do it.
Show that to your therapist. See what they say.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.